Okay, students, this is a short video on how to do the problems on 8.5. Remember, there's resource material in Coursed-In for you, so please take a look at that. All right, let's look at our first little bit of information here. All right, number one, okay, let me get my pen here, okay. We need to look at a couple formulas. Now remember, we said the amount of an annuity is equal to the periodic payment times something. Okay, remember what it was? It was 1 plus r to the t minus 1. Okay, all of that divided by r. Okay. Now, remember, this is the amount you're doing per year. This is the total value of the annuity. This is the number of years, and R is the interest rate as a decimal, right? Okay. Now, we could do an annuity multiple times a year. So that was a formula. It looked a little bit more complicated. You know, like I said, it did look that way, but it wasn't that bad. 1 plus r over n to the nt minus 1, and then we're going to divide that by r divided by n. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use these formulas over and over and over in our work. Okay, so let me point out again these two formulas, the top formula and the bottom formula. And remember, P is the amount of your periodic deposit, whether yearly or monthly. All right, let's look at some problems. So in this first set of problems, don't worry about the formulas up there, okay? I know they look a little crazy, but question 1, find the value of each annuity, round to the nearest dollar. Find the interest. Okay, so number 1 is compounded annually. So guess what? We're going to use this formula right here, okay? And so you're going to write the formula, and then you're going to plug in the formula, the values, okay? I was trying to make this not complicated. So guess what? We're trying to find A, correct? Okay, let me move that over here. Okay, and so P is the periodic deposit, that's 2,000. Okay, I'm going to just do a big parenthesis here. All right, so it's going to be 1 plus 0.05, okay. Now, how many years? That's 20 years, okay. Don't forget you got to put minus 1, right parenthesis here. Then you got to divide by the R, which is 0.05, okay. And so I wrote it how you're going to put it in your calculator, okay? The only thing is for that power, you're going to use that little key, right? All right, so that's how you do that, and you should be able to get the right answer. This is why I told you to get that calculator, so you wouldn't have any kind of problems with this. All right, let's notice here on question number 9. It says $1,000 at the end of every 3 months, 6.25% compounded quarterly, 6 years. So how would I set that up? Well, that's a good question. Okay, so you're trying to find A, right? Okay, and it's $1,000. Okay, and then we're going to go 1 plus 0.0625 over 12. Okay, remember that's to the power 12 times 6. You need to put that in parentheses, okay? Then that's minus 1, and then you're going to hit the divide key, and then you got to do 0.0625 divided by 12. Okay, a little sloppy there, but you get the general gist. So that's how you do those types of problems. All right, let's look at the next set. Determine the periodic deposit. Now that's very exciting, okay? So let's just do question number 11, all right? Question 11 Here, let me pick a different color here. Okay, question 11 says, how much do we need to put the end of each year? 6% compounded annually. What I do is I just go 6%. I go compounded annually. I go 18 years. And my goal is to get $140,000. I'd like to have that money right now. Okay, now we're going to have to use this formula right here, okay? So what we're going to do is we'll put in what we know. Okay, A is 140,000. P we don't know. We'll just leave it there. Okay. Then I have this. What do I have? I have. I think I just made a mistake in that last problem by not doing quarterly. I did monthly, so that should be 4. I do apologize for that. All right. Anyway, so this is going to be 1 plus my interest rate is 0.06. Okay, now we're going to do this for 18 years, right? Okay. Minus 1, close parenthesis, divided by what? Divided by 0.06. Okay, now how are we going to find P? There are 2 ways to do it. Let me just give you what may be the easier way for you. I'm going to take my calculator. Whoops, hold on a second. Okay, I'm going to take my calculator and I'm going to plug in what's in the parentheses. So I'll do that right now. Okay, so I plugged in my calculator, this whole part right here, even divided by the 0.06. And I get 30.9, I'm just going to say 1. Okay, I'll round to 2 places. So let me ask you a question. How would I answer that? I take the 140,000, blah, 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 divided by 30.91. Okay, this is going to be 4529.28. Okay, now I need to let you know that was not that hard to do. It wasn't totally accurate, but it's going to be accurate enough for your test, okay, to pick the right answer. But if you want to get more accurate, just instead of dividing by the 30.91, just divide it by answer, which was the last value in your calculator. That will be one way to do it. Or you could actually, with your calculator, take the 140,000 and just be careful how you put this in your calculator and divide by that, and you should get 4529.2 whatever. It's going to be a little more accurate, okay? So hopefully that helps you out with that. Okay, I just realized my video was on that, so again, I do the 140,000. I do this part on my calculator. I get this answer on my calculator. I divide the 140,000 by this and get this final answer. That's just going to be all I want to say about that. All right. Now, this next section is important for you to understand, and I'll just go through, I'll just pick like, I don't know, I can't see what these numbers are. Yeah, I'll do 20, okay? All right, A says, what were the high and low prices for the share? Okay, so, here's the high, here's the low. B, if you own 700 shares, what dividend would you receive? Well, 700 times this times 1.34 would be how much money you get. It's going to be over $700, so that's cool. So that was B. Okay, C, what is the annual return for the dividends alone? Okay, I'm just going to say 1.34. How does this compare to a bank offering 3%? It is lower. Okay. D, how many shares of this company's stock were traded yesterday? All right, traded yesterday. That's this over here. Remember, it's 99700. That's a lot of shares, y'all. Okay, think about it. Right? E. What were the high and low prices for the share yesterday? Here, let me move that E over here. The high is right here. The low is right here. Okay. What was the price at which the share last traded when the stock exchange closed yesterday? That's right here. What was the change in price for a share of stock from the market closed 2 days ago? Okay, that would be right here. Compute the company's annual earnings per share using annual earnings per share. Okay, we're not going to even worry about that, so you don't have to do H. Okay. All right. Now here's a question. Here are 2 ways of investing $30,000 for 20 years. This is a very, very good question. All right, so we're going to call this first one a lump sum deposit, and we're going to call this one periodic deposit. Remember, this is just regular compound interest, and this is this annuity type of interest. So I'd like you to, do this problem, okay, and then answer the questions here below. So this annual, so this one you're going to use A equals P times 1 plus R to the T, okay? And then in the second guy, you're going to use our favorite formula here, okay? All right, you're going to plug that in and compare those two answers, okay? I hope that helps you out. For 23, where it says solve for P, just do this. Let's just say, let's just do a little algebra here. A, solve them for P. P is going to equal, well, if that was a fraction, if that was P times 3/5, to solve for P, we'd multiply 5 over 3. So let's just multiply the A by R over, blah, okay? 1 plus R to the T minus 1. Okay, you're good. That's fine. That's all you got to do on that. All right, let's look at question 25. Suppose that you earn a bachelor's degree and now you're teaching high school. School district offers the teachers an opportunity to take a year off to earn a master's degree. To achieve this goal, you deposit blah, an annuity that pays 75% compounded annually. Okay. Well, how much will you have saved at the end of 5 years? Find the interest. Okay, so that's just a regular annual. That's this guy right here. Okay. All right, so make sure you plug in the right numbers. Check your answer. Look at 27. Suppose that you want to save for retirement and you're depositing $50 at the end of each month. That's the key right there. All right, how much will you have in the IRA by the time you retire? Okay, we did one just like that in class. So hopefully that's pretty straightforward. 33, how much should you deposit at the end of each month into an IRA that pays 6.5% compounded monthly to have $2 million when you retire? Okay, I know that just sounds way complicated, okay? So let's put in what we know. It said, how much should you deposit at the end of each month? We're trying to find this, okay? We want to have $2 million when we retire in 45 years. Hey, we'd like to have $2 million, right? We don't know P, okay? All right, now what are we going to do? We're going to just plug in what we know. 1 plus 0.065 divided by 12 to the 12t. Well, 12 times what? Well, it's 25. Well, let's see. Retire in 45 years, so it's 45 right here. Put this in parentheses, okay? Then you got to hit the divide, and then we got to put the 0.065 over 12 here, okay? All right. again, if you're like a little scared,